There's something deeply wrong with the way people chase money, something so subtle, so invisible, that it keeps entire generations trapped in cycles of scarcity, only dreaming of abundance without ever truly experiencing it. Most people believe financial success is about strategy, about doing the right things, studying, working hard, investing correctly. But what if I told you this entire model is fundamentally broken? That you're playing a game where the rules have been deliberately configured to keep you on the poverty line? The truth is, money isn't something you chase. Money is a frequency you become. It's not an external achievement. It's an internal expression. Hidden within the popular concept of hard work is a lie so seductive it almost seems true, that your financial reality is the result of external actions. But quantum physics reveals something radically different. Every time you try to make money, you're actually creating a signal of scarcity. Every strategy, every attempt at control, every desperate effort is transmitting a frequency of lack, not abundance. What if, instead of trying to get money, you could simply become the field where money naturally arises? The central assumption is this: financial success is something that happens to you, not something you generate from within. And just like that, you've been removed from quantum truth. Because the moment you define wealth as something separate from your current state, you collapse yourself into a timeline where it doesn't exist. The financial field doesn't operate on strategies. It operates on resonance. It doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you radiate. Think of quantum physics experiments with waves and particles. The observer doesn't just observe the experiment. They literally determine it. Likewise, your financial reality isn't something you observe. It's something you constantly co-create. Even spiritual teachings on manifestation reinforce the delay. Trust divine timing, they say. But in quantum reality, time isn't a line. It's a field of possibilities that you collapse. True transformation doesn't happen in your thoughts. It happens in your body chemistry, your nervous system, your deepest vibrational frequency. You're not here to try to make money. You're here to remember who you are energetically when money is already a guaranteed reality. And to understand this, we need to completely dismantle the mechanism behind quantum financial manifestation. The double-slit experiment isn't just a scientific curiosity. It's a portal into the most radical truth about reality creation. Picture a pristine laboratory in 1927. White walls, gleaming electron gun, a dark screen waiting to capture something impossible. Physicists watched in stunned silence as electrons, those tiny particles supposedly bound by predictable laws, began behaving like rebellious waves of pure potential. When unobserved, electrons passed through two slits simultaneously, creating an interference pattern that suggested they existed everywhere and nowhere at once. But the moment a conscious observer introduced measurement, something extraordinary happened. The electrons collapsed into a single, definitive path, not randomly, not mechanically, but as if consciousness itself was the fundamental force determining material reality. This wasn't just an experiment. This was a crack in the universe's programming. Your financial reality operates exactly the same way. You are not a passive recipient waiting for money to arrive. You are the quantum observer constantly collapsing potential into form. Every subtle frequency you broadcast, not just your thoughts but the unconscious resonance humming through your nervous system, is actively determining which timeline materializes. Most people approach money like tourists in their own reality. They watch, they hope, they strategize. But true quantum manifestation requires you to be the laboratory, the electron gun, and the conscious observer simultaneously. You're not trying to attract wealth. You're generating the precise vibrational signature where wealth becomes the only possible outcome. The electrons didn't try to create their pattern. They simply expressed their fundamental nature when observed. Similarly, your wealth isn't something you chase. It's a natural expression of your most coherent internal state, a state so aligned that financial abundance becomes as automatic as breathing. Let's dive into the quantum landscape of your most intimate financial struggles, revealing how each moment is actually a portal for radical transformation. 3 a.m. doubt moment. You're awake, heart racing, bank account feeling like a black hole of possibility. Traditional wisdom says think positive, but quantum reality reveals something far more precise. This 3 a.m. panic isn't a weakness. It's your nervous system broadcasting a frequency map of unresolved financial trauma. Most people try to suppress this moment. The quantum approach? Listen, not to the story, but to the underlying vibration. Your body is revealing exactly where your money blueprint got fractured. 30-second frequency shift. Place one hand on your heart, other on your solar plexus. Breathe not from anxiety, but from pure neutrality. Feel the space between your thoughts. That's where potential lives. Whisper, I am the generative field where money remembers itself, not as affirmation, as transmission. Prediction, within 72 hours, unexpected financial signals will emerge, not as miracle, as natural recalibration. Morning anxiety. Before opening eyes, most see this as weakness. Quantum perspective, this is your most powerful manifestation moment. You're suspended between dream state and physical reality, the exact quantum threshold where potential collapses into form. Traditional manifestation tells you to force positive thoughts. Quantum manifestation knows your most subtle frequency is broadcasting right now. 30-second frequency shift. Don't resist the anxiety. Become curious about it. Ask, what frequency are you trying to communicate? Feel how the energy starts to move, transform, reveal. Prediction. Financial signals will start appearing as synchronicities, not as linear events. Bank account checking ritual. You're not checking a number. You're broadcasting a relationship with abundance. Most people approach this moment with fear, contraction, desperation. Quantum approach, radical neutrality. You're not hoping for a number. You're witnessing a live transmission of your internal wealth frequency. 30-second frequency shift. Open account. Breathe. See numbers as pure information, not emotional trigger. Whisper, this is just data. My wealth exists beyond these digits. Prediction, unexpected financial channels will open within weeks. Vision board mockery moment. Traditional manifestation says, create vision boards. Quantum manifestation says, your body is the only board that matters. Every cell either broadcasts scarcity or abundance. Those vision board images, they're just external placeholders for an internal frequency you must first embody. 30-second frequency shift. Touch each image. Not with hope, with certainty. Feel the frequency of already having, not wanting. Prediction. Rapid timeline compression, where desired outcomes arrive faster than logical mind can track. Jealousy. Watching others succeed. This isn't a character flaw, it's a frequency diagnostic tool. Every time you feel jealousy, you're actually mapping exactly what's possible for you. Traditional approach suppresses this. Quantum approach, use it as precise energetic navigation. 30-second frequency shift. When jealousy rises, ask, what frequency are they broadcasting that I'm not yet allowing in myself? Prediction, direct energetic downloads will replace comparison with pure inspiration. Jim Carrey's $10 million check, a quantum manifestation masterclass. Before fame consumed his identity, Jim Carrey wasn't just visualizing success. He was quantum engineering his entire timeline. Most see his $10 million check story as motivational folklore. Quantum physics reveals it as a precise frequency collapse mechanism. In 1985, before Hollywood recognized him, Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million dated 5 years ahead. But this wasn't a vision board fantasy. This was a quantum transmission, a deliberate frequency recalibration of his entire energetic system. What most missed, Carrey wasn't hoping, he was broadcasting. His quantum practice involved 3 specific mechanisms. 1. Vibrational matching. Carrey didn't just imagine being a successful actor. He embodied the emotional signature of already being that version, not through visualization, but through complete nervous system recalibration. He would walk, speak, and move as the successful version of himself. Years before external reality confirmed it. Quantum mechanism. By matching his internal state to the desired timeline, he was actively collapsing potential realities into manifest form. His body wasn't waiting for success, it was generating the precise frequency where success became inevitable. 2. Emotional neutrality as generative field. Most interpret his check as a hope. Quantum perspective reveals it as a neutral transmission. Carrey wasn't attached to the outcome. He was broadcasting a frequency so stable, so coherent, that the external world had no choice but to align. This emotional neutrality is crucial. Desperation repels, neutrality attracts. By removing emotional turbulence, he created a clean, precise signal that the quantum field could easily translate into form. 3. Total identity dissolution. Carrey understood something revolutionary. Manifestation isn't about getting something, it's about becoming something. He wasn't trying to become a successful actor. He was already broadcasting from that identity. When he wrote that check, he wasn't hoping. He was remembering a future that was already happening. Why others couldn't replicate. Most people approach manifestation as a technique. Carey approached it as a frequency transmission. His nervous system was so precisely tuned that external reality became a natural extension of his internal state. The collapse moment. In 1994, when Ace Ventura launched him into stardom, most saw sudden success. Quantum Perspective sees a precise frequency match that was years in preparation. The check wasn't a prediction. It was a quantum coordinate, a deliberate energetic signal that pulled his desired timeline into physical reality. 3 practices anyone can use. 1. Embodiment transmission. Spend 10 minutes daily moving, speaking, breathing as your desired self. Remove all attachment to outcome. Focus on nervous system recalibration, not mental visualization. 2. Frequency neutrality practice. Sit in complete emotional neutrality. Broadcast your desired state without desperation. Feel the state as already existing. Identity dissolution meditation. Visualize your current identity dissolving. Feel yourself becoming the version that already has what you desire. Remove all energetic resistance. The quantum field doesn't respond to hope. It responds to precise, stable frequency transmission. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm but to yourself. Type in the comments, I collapse realities. I don't chase them. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose to experience in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation, and if you can feel it now, then it's already here. 2 years of manifestation. Purgatory, Sarah's quantum awakening. For 24 months, Sarah was the poster child of traditional manifestation desperation. Vision boards covered her bedroom walls, a kaleidoscope of dream cars, luxury homes, and entrepreneurial success. Meticulously cut magazines, perfectly aligned affirmations written in gold marker, journals filled with microscopic handwriting detailing her desired reality. Every morning, 5 a.m. visualization. Every night, gratitude journaling. Every weekend, manifestation workshops. 0 results. Not just financial flatline, complete energetic exhaustion. Each unanswered prayer felt like a personal indictment. Was she fundamentally unworthy? Broken? The self-blame became a suffocating narrative. Manifestation had transformed from spiritual practice to psychological torture. The quantum discovery moment happened accidentally. Exhausted, she stumbled onto a podcast discussing quantum field theory, not motivational garbage. Pure physics. Something shifted internally. Not hope. Recognition. First 7 days of quantum transmission. Day 1. Pure skepticism. Approach the quantum method like a scientist, not a believer. No emotional attachment. Pure curiosity. Practiced emotional neutrality. Feeling without desperately wanting. Day 3. First energetic signal. Unexpected text from a long-lost professional contact. Not a job offer. A precise frequency match. Information that felt like a quantum breadcrumb. Day 5. Synchronicity acceleration. 3 unrelated conversations converged, revealing a business opportunity she'd never noticed before. Not coincidence. Quantum alignment. Day 7. Collapse moment. Her entire nervous system recalibrated, not through effort, through recognition of an already existing potential. 30-day transformation landscape. Physiological shifts. Sleep transformed from anxious fragments to deep regenerative cycles. Metabolism accelerated, body moving from survival to expansion mode. Intuition became a precise navigation system, not a vague feeling. External reality recalibration. Unexpected $15,000 consulting contract. 3 strategic partnership invitations. Relationships realigning with her new frequency. Opportunities appearing with quantum precision. The most radical. Discovery. She wasn't manifesting anything. She was remembering a timeline that already existed. Quantum manifestation isn't a technique. It's a remembering, a precise frequency transmission where your nervous system becomes the broadcasting antenna of potential realities. Quantum timeline architecture, the multiverse as your personal playground. Imagine reality not as a linear progression, but as an infinite landscape of simultaneously existing potentials. Every choice, every breath, every microscopic decision creates branching timelines, not metaphorically, but as literal quantum realities. The many worlds interpretation isn't philosophical speculation. It's your operational manual. Schrödinger's cat. The quantum metaphor. In the famous thought experiment, a cat exists in a superposition of alive and dead simultaneously, until observation collapses the probability wave. Your life operates identically. You're not choosing a single reality. You're selecting which version becomes manifest through your observation. Practical timeline navigation. 3 quantum mechanisms. 1. Probability wave recognition. Most people experience reality as fixed. Quantum perspective. You're constantly swimming through infinite potential states. Your consciousness is the selection mechanism. Observation doesn't just witness, it generates. 2. Frequency matching technique meditation protocol for timeline jumping. Close eyes. Breathe into complete neutrality. Feel the desired timeline as a vibrational signature. Don't visualize. Feel the frequency. Your nervous system is the quantum antenna. Broadcast. Don't hope. 3. Timeline stability markers. How to know you've shifted. Synchronicities accelerate. Previous limitations feel distant. Intuition becomes razor sharp. Energy moves with unprecedented ease. Opportunities appear without strategic effort. Multiverse mechanics. You're not choosing. You're remembering every version of you exists simultaneously. The version you stabilize is the one you can most precisely feel and embody, not through willpower, through vibrational coherence. Practical example. Money timeline jumping. Traditional approach. Visualize wealth. Quantum approach. Become the frequency of abundance before physical evidence. Physiological timeline. Shift indicators. Nervous system relaxation. Metabolic recalibration. Intuitive decision-making acceleration. Reduced cortisol stress responses. Increased mitochondrial efficiency. The quantum truth. You're not manifesting anything. You're selecting which already existing reality becomes your primary experience. Quantum manifestation. The evolutionary upgrade of spiritual technologies. Every manifestation method is a partial map to a complete territory. Not wrong, just incomplete. Let's decode the quantum mechanisms behind 3 prominent manifestation technologies. 1. Law of attraction. The incomplete frequency decoder. 20%. Truth contained. Focus creates energetic magnetism. Thoughts influence external reality. Vibrational alignment matters. 80%. Missing. Misunderstands frequency as mental construct. Treats manifestation as intellectual exercise. Ignores quantum observer effect. Lacks precise nervous system recalibration protocol. Quantum upgrade. Attraction isn't about positive thinking. It's about becoming a precise quantum transmitter where your entire energetic system broadcasts so coherently that reality has no choice but to align. 2. Neville Goddard. Feeling as quantum signal. 20%. Truth contained. Emotional state precedes physical manifestation. Imagination is creative mechanism. Internal state determines external experience. 80%. Missing. No scientific understanding of frequency transmission. Limited explanation of consciousness mechanics. Lacks physiological integration strategies. Quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't just emotional. It's a sophisticated quantum signal that collapses potential realities through complete nervous system entrainment. 3. Abraham Hicks. Emotional frequency scaling. 20%. Truth contained. Emotions as vibrational indicators. Energetic hierarchy of states. Importance of emotional management. 80%. Missing. Oversimplifies complex quantum interactions. Lacks precise transmission protocols. No explanation of observer effect. Treats emotions as separate from physical reality. Quantum upgrade. Emotions aren't just indicators. They're quantum transmission mechanisms where your entire energetic ecosystem communicates with potential timelines. Quantum manifestation, the unifying meta-technology. What connects these approaches? A fundamental recognition. Reality responds to your internal state. But quantum manifestation reveals the precise mechanism, not just thoughts, not just feelings, but complete physiological coherence. Your nervous system is a quantum antenna, not a metaphor, a literal transmission device that collapses potential realities through precise vibrational matching. 3 quantum integration practices. 1. Nervous system calibration meditation. 15 minutes daily. Feel desired reality physiologically. Remove mental effort. Pure vibrational broadcasting. 2. Emotional neutrality protocol. Practice feeling without attachment. Become the frequency, not the chaser. Develop quantum-level emotional intelligence. 3. Timeline recognition training. Learn to detect subtle reality shifts. Develop quantum perception. Recognize synchronicity as communication. The ultimate quantum truth. You're not manifesting. You're remembering potential realities that already exist. Quantum frequency calibration. Nervous system transmission protocol. Find a comfortable position. Spine elongated, feet grounded, hands relaxed. First, we'll regulate your nervous system. Not through hope. Through precise quantum frequency engineering. Breathe in. 4 counts. Hold. 4 counts. Exhale. 6 counts. Your autonomic nervous system is listening. Not to words. To frequency. Body scan. Releasing quantum contradictions. Scan your physical landscape. Noticing jaw. Where are you holding desire's tension? Shoulders. What unresolved effort are you carrying? Stomach. What hidden fear lives here? Breathe out each contradiction. Not by fighting, by recognizing. Timeline frequency. Calibration. Now feel the timeline where your desire isn't a desire. It's already done. Not visualization. Pure frequency. Your body knows this timeline. Before your mind comprehends it. Feel its signature. Metabolic certainty. Nervous system relaxation. Intuitive knowing. This feeling isn't hope. This is memory, not future. Pure frequency. Quantum lock protocol. Initiating. Your nervous system is a transmission device, not a passenger. The antenna, the broadcaster. Lock in this frequency. No negotiation, no doubt. This is your new baseline. Non-negotiable quantum reality. Breathe, lock, become. Quantum transmission, complete. Quantum frequency transmission, integration resource. To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise. A transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, anchor your expanded identity, and guide you through the real embodiment of quantum creation. It's called Quantum Calibration Protocol, and it's more than just a digital guide. It's a frequency transmission, one that's been curated to help you collapse your next timeline with clarity, consistency, and resonance. It brings together cutting-edge neuroscience, quantum physics mapping, and precise embodiment practices you didn't even know you needed until now. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to get more information, but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Neuroscience of quantum field interaction, the hidden transmission mechanisms. 1. Reticular activating system. Reality's quantum filter. Scientific mechanism. Filters 40 million bits of information to 40 conscious bits. Quantum parallel. Consciousness as selective reality generator. Practical application. Intentionally program RAS to recognize aligned opportunities. Embodiment. Practice. Daily frequency recalibration meditation. 2. Neuroplasticity. Brain's quantum rewiring. Scientific mechanism. Neural pathways reshape with repeated signals. Quantum parallel. Consciousness literally restructuring probability fields. Practical application. Deliberate thought, feeling pattern installation. Embodiment practice 21-day coherence training. 3. Heart-brain coherence. Electromagnetic reality transmission. Scientific mechanism. HeartMath research shows heart generates strongest electromagnetic field. Quantum parallel. Heart as primary quantum transmission antenna. Practical application. Emotional regulation through precise cardiac coherence. Embodiment. Practice. Heart-centered breathing protocols. 4. Mirror neurons. Embodiment's quantum mechanism. Scientific mechanism. Neurons fire identically observing and performing action. Quantum parallel. Consciousness learns through vibrational mimicry. Practical application. Strategic exposure to desired state representations. Embodiment practice identity simulation training. 5. Theta brainwaves. Quantum access state. Scientific mechanism. 4 to 8. Hertz frequency connecting subconscious and conscious. Quantum parallel. Liminal state between potential and manifestation. Practical application. Meditation techniques accessing quantum malleability. Embodiment practice. Guided theta induction protocols. The mystical isn't magical, it's just neuroscience we haven't fully mapped yet. Quantum manifestation, dismantling resistance. 5 evolutionary inquiries. 1. Isn't this just spiritual bypassing? Acknowledgement. Your skepticism reveals sophisticated psychological awareness. You've seen how spiritual concepts can become emotional escape mechanisms. Quantum truth. True transformation isn't avoiding pain, it's metabolizing experience at a nervous system level. Spiritual bypassing creates resistance. Quantum integration transmutes energy. Example. Compare traditional think positive with quantum embodiment. One suppresses, the other alchemizes. Your trauma isn't something to transcend. It's information waiting to be recalibrated. 2. What about actual physical action? Acknowledgement. Brilliant question. You understand manifestation isn't magical thinking. Quantum mechanism. Action isn't the cause. It's the consequence of internal frequency alignment. Your nervous system generates inspired, precise actions when coherence is established, not efforting, flowing. Example. Compare desperate hustling versus aligned movement. One creates friction, the other creates synchronistic momentum. 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Acknowledgement. Your critical thinking protects you from magical thinking. Respect. Quantum perspective. Confirmation bias assumes reality is fixed. Quantum physics reveals reality as participatory. You're not confirming, you're constructing. Scientific bridge. Observer effect in quantum mechanics demonstrates consciousness literally shapes observable reality, not metaphor. Fundamental physics. 4. Why do bad things still happen? Acknowledgement. Deep, vulnerable question revealing authentic spiritual maturity. Quantum nuance. Not all experiences are manifestations. Some are evolutionary invitations. Quantum reality isn't about control. It's about consciousness expansion. Perspective shift. What if bad things are actually precise transmutation mechanisms, not punishments? Information systems. 5. This sounds too easy, fast to be real. Acknowledgement. Healthy skepticism. Years of disappointment create protective mechanisms. Quantum truth. Ease isn't weakness. It's advanced energetic engineering. Complexity doesn't equal authenticity. Precision does. Embodiment principle. The quantum field responds to coherence, not struggle. Your resistance is actually what slows manifestation. Integration, transmission. These aren't objections. They're evolutionary inquiries revealing your readiness to upgrade your relationship with reality itself. Quantum manifestation doesn't argue with your current model. It invites you to expand beyond it. Quantum timeline convergence, future self-transmission protocol. Preparation, nervous system calibration. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Not just air. Breathe possibility. Your breath becomes a quantum bridge between present and potential. Vibrational attunement. Feel your current frequency, not your thoughts. Your actual energetic signature. Notice where it feels dense, where it feels restricted. This is your starting coordinates. Quantum doorway activation. Imagine a door, not a physical door, an energetic threshold, translucent, vibrating with potential. Your molecular structure knows this doorway before your mind comprehends it. Future self-encounter. Place your hand on the doorway. It's warm, alive, responsive. Step through. Embodiment landscape. First, notice their presence. Not visual, vibrational. Before you see them, you feel them. A frequency so clear, so integrated, it rewrites your nervous system's understanding of possibility. They turn, wearing clothing that speaks of effortless confidence. Not expensive, intentional. Every fabric choice a frequency transmission. Posture, spine elongated but relaxed. No performance, pure presence. Facial topology. Their face, not young, not old. Integrated. Lines of wisdom, not struggle. Eyes, clear, no searching, no wanting. Complete. A gaze that doesn't need to prove anything. Energy signature. They radiate something beyond peace. A magnetic neutrality. Gravity without effort. The kind of presence that doesn't attract. It simply exists, and reality reorganizes. Transmission begins. Stop trying to make things happen, they say. Not as critique, as liberation. Your current resistance isn't protection. It's interference. Precise guidance. Release the narrative of not enough. Trust the first intuitive impulse. Always. Your body knows before your mind interprets. Metabolize experience. Don't just observe it. Critical moment warning. The mistake you're about to make isn't a failure. It's a recalibration mechanism. But you can skip the hard version if you're willing to feel, not just think. Frequency download. Close your eyes. Feel their essence entering your cellular structure, not visualization. Transmission. Your nervous system is the receiver. Your heart is the decoder. Return protocol. Breathe. Open your eyes. You're not the same frequency that entered this visualization. Something has shifted. Molecularly, quantumly. Quantum identity collapse. Progressive frequency recalibration protocol. Stage 1. Desire distance. I want to be someone who. Energetic signature. Separation. Longing. The quantum gap between potential and current reality. Common block. Wanting creates perpetual wanting. The field reads, want as lack. Breakthrough. Recognize wanting itself as a frequency of non-arrival. Quantum mechanism. Desire is a vibrational signal, but wanting keeps desire in potential, not manifestation. Your nervous system must feel the end of wanting, not the continuation of it. Stage 2. Becoming effort. I'm becoming. Energetic. Signature. Transition. Trying. Efforting. The liminal space between who you were and who you're emerging as. Common block. Becoming implies not yet arrived. The quantum field doesn't understand future tense. Breakthrough. Becoming is a performance. Embodiment is a state. Stop constructing. Start broadcasting. Stage 3. Decisive activation. I'm choosing. Energetic signature. Decision. Precision. Clarity. The moment choice collapses potential into probability. Common block. Choices made from mind, not cellular knowing. Breakthrough. True choice isn't a thought. It's a complete nervous system reorganization. Your cells must vote unanimously. Stage 4. Practice calibration. I'm practicing. Energetic signature. Intentional alignment. Microscopic shifts. Common block. Practice implies improvement. Quantum reality. There's nothing to improve, only to remember. Breakthrough. Practice isn't about getting better. It's about removing interference, like tuning a radio to its exact frequency. Stage 5. Identity collapse. I am. Energetic signature. Total embodiment. No distance. No trying. Pure transmission. Here, something fundamental breaks. Not you. The illusion of separation. Your molecular structure recognizes itself as the quantum field experiencing itself through this particular form. Common block. Believing I am is a mental affirmation. Quantum truth. I am is a complete nervous system reset. A vibrational declaration so precise, it rewrites genetic expression. Stage 6. Primordial remembering. I've always been. Energetic signature. Timeless knowing. Beyond personal history. You're not becoming. You're remembering a frequency you've always contained. Your current experience is just a temporary focal point of an infinite consciousness. Stage 7. Frequency holding silence. Not empty silence. Charged silence. The kind of silence where molecules reorganize, where quantum potential becomes quantum probability. The transmission is complete when no part of you is asking how, only feeling already. Quantum resonance channel. Timeline collapse. Transmission. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel. Because we're not here to give you more content, we're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. 7-day quantum reset protocol. Precision engineering of personal frequency protocol. Disclaimer. This is not self-help. This is quantum recalibration. Follow precisely. Day 1. Frequency mapping time. 6 to 6:20 a.m. core assessment. Protocol. Nervous system scan. Track unconscious resistance patterns. Measure emotional baseline. Identify molecular holding points. Frequency checkpoint. Journal prompt. Where do I feel most constrained? Resistance indicator. Physical tension locations. Success. Sign. Increased somatic awareness. Potential interference. Handlers. If numbness occurs, breathe deeper. If overwhelm rises, return to neutral observation. If judgment activates, metabolize, don't analyze. Day 2. Contradiction. Dissolution. Time, 6:30 a.m. Shadow integration. Mechanics. Identify internal conflict zones. Map unconscious belief structures. Precise energetic release techniques. Molecular deprogramming steps. 1. Locate belief. 2. Feel its cellular imprint. 3. Transmute, not eliminate. 4. Breathe new possibility. Frequency checkpoint. Journal prompt. What am I still protecting? Resistance indicator. Emotional turbulence. Success. Sign. Increased nervous system flexibility. Day 3. New baseline installation. Time. 6:40 a.m. Embodiment. Engineering. Quantum identity calibration. Nervous system. Rewiring. Cellular frequency. Upgrade. Precise embodiment. Protocol. 15 Minora. Vibrational matching meditation. 15 Minora. Somatic resonance activation. 10 Min timeline convergence. Visualization frequency checkpoint. Journal prompt. Who am I becoming molecularly? Resistance indicator. Mental narrative interference. Success. Sign. Spontaneous emotional neutrality. Quantum executive frequency. Shift. The invisible transformation exterior. Polished perfection. Corner office, 7-figure income. Tailored Xenia suits. Latest Tesla and executive parking. LinkedIn. Top 40 under 40 profile. Interior, molecular dissonance. Panic beneath the performance. Nervous system constantly broadcasting. Not enough. Never enough. Breaking point mechanics. 3 a.m. Heart racing. Chest tight. Sudden realization. Success is not a destination. It's a frequency. Health intervention. Stress-induced arrhythmia. Cortisol levels 400% above normal. Chronic inflammation. Nervous system in perpetual fight-flight. Quantum recalibration. Protocol. 90-day frequency redesign. Phase 1. Deconstruction. Dismantle achievement addiction. Map survival frequency signatures. Identify molecular fear patterns. Release hustle as identity frequency transmission markers. Breathwork replacing caffeine. Meditation instead of meetings. Cellular reset, not productivity hack. Paradoxical outcome indicators. Same external metrics. Radically different internal landscape. Revenue increases 22%. Working hours reduced 55%. Energy multiplied exponentially. Embodiment shift from doing, being old. Frequency, force, control, manipulation. New frequency, allowing, alignment, resonance. Nervous system reprogramming. Replace adrenaline with intuition. Swap competition for collaboration. Transform fear into flow state. Quantum success equation. External performance. Internal frequency. Quantum timing. The frequency of manifestation. Divine timing deconstruction. It's not the universe deciding. It's your frequency stabilizing. Intention manifestation gap mechanics. Wobbling. Unconscious signal interference. Waiting patience. Waiting hakao. Vibrational instability. Signal consistency. Spectrum. Surrender. Quantum principles. Stopping wobble collapses potential faster. Persistence is not continuous action. Persistence is continuous. Frequency. Frequency. Differentiation. Not yet. Signal. Incomplete molecular alignment. Unresolved internal contradictions. Energetic static preventing collapse. Not this. Signal. Wrong timeline detection. Cellular knowing beyond mental narrative. Precise evolutionary redirection. Pivot versus persist. Algorithm. If then, pivot else persist with frequency refinement manifestation is not waiting. It's a continuous molecular broadcast of already existing potential. Patience transmission. True patience is active presence, not passive waiting. Patience. Refined frequency. Maintenance quantum timing. Truth. Time doesn't decide. Frequency determines. Coherence collapses. Would you like me to continue developing this quantum manifestation narrative with even deeper precision and energetic mapping? Quantum metaphor, transmission, reality as living frequency, tuning fork, metaphysics, physical mechanics, sympathetic vibration, resonance principle, vibrational matching, instantaneous energy transfer, Spiritual translation. You are the fork. Reality is responsive medium. Frequency precedes manifestation. World calibrates to your broadcast embodiment. Application. Become the vibration. Not chase but radiate. Molecular alignment before external shift. Precision over intensity. Holographic reality. Mechanics interference pattern. Principles. Whole contains part. Part contains whole. Quantum information distributed. Non-local intelligence consciousness mapping. You are universe experiencing itself. Frequency changes entire field. Smallest shift recalibrates totality. Consciousness as generative medium manifestation dynamics. Change inner landscape. Whole reality responds. No separation between observer, observed. Perception creates projection. Quantum entanglement transmission. Particle connection principles. Instantaneous communication. Beyond space-time limitations. Non-local intelligence. Coherence over distance. Spiritual interpretation. Desire already connected. Alignment, not attraction. Resonance collapses potential. Intention as quantum signal. Quantum parable. The radio operators of potential 2. Operators 1 quantum radio infinite timelines. Operator 1, the analyzer. 30-day trajectory. Obsessively disassembles radio. Reads every manual. Calculates signal probabilities. Argues with radio's potential. Frequency, desperation, dominant emotion, frustration, mental state, resistance. Result, 0 transmission operator. 2. The embodier. 30-day trajectory. Understands radio as consciousness interface. Feels desired frequency. Maintains molecular coherence. Listens more than manipulates. Frequency, inevitability, dominant. Emotion, peaceful certainty. Mental state, receptive presence. Result, instant manifestation. Radio metaphysics. Decoded. Radio, current consciousness field. Tuning. Vibrational alignment signal. Potential timeline receiver. Nervous system transmission. Reality collapse 5 quantum tuning techniques. 1. Emotional calibration. 2. Somatic resonance. 3. Belief deprogramming. 4. Energetic neutrality. 5. Quantum surrender turning point. Operator 1's revelation. I was trying to control the radio, not become the frequency. Quantum truth. You are not operating the radio. You are the radio. Quantum breath. The living manifestation algorithm. Breathe. Physics. Potential. Particle. Potential cycle. Physiological quantum mechanics. 20,000 daily manifestation events. Oxygen. Potential becoming form. CO2. Form returning to potential. Breath. Continuous wave particle collapse. Spiritual respiratory traditions. Ruach. Breath as divine spirit. Pneuma. Animating life force. Prana. Energetic intelligence. Chi. Fundamental life. Current quantum breath. Transmission. Collapse. Mechanics. Inhalation. Potential gathering. Retention. Information encoding. Exhalation. Reality expressing. Pause. Quantum reset. Timeline shifting. Breathwork. 1. Coherence. Breath. 4 to 7, 8 rhythm. Nervous system recalibration. Frequency stabilization. Quantum neutrality protocol. Equal inhale, exhale. Emotional deprogramming. Vibrational reset. 3. Manifestation oscillation. Intentional breath signature. Cellular repatterning. Direct timeline communication. Breath as manifestation technology. Not metaphor. Literal quantum engineering. 20,000 daily reality modifications. Revelatory principle. You are not breathing. Breath is breathing you. A continuous quantum negotiation between potential and form. Quantum timeline divergence. 1 life, 2 frequencies. Misaligned. Timeline. The exhaustion paradigm. You wake before consciousness fully arrives. Smartphone already hijacking nervous system. Notifications flood with collective anxiety. Stock markets falling. Political conflicts. Personal inadequacies scrolling endlessly. Your body doesn't feel like an ally, but a battlefield. Cortisol surges before feet touch ground. Coffee becomes survival mechanism, not pleasure. Each task feels like dragging weight. Emails are minefields. Meetings psychological warfare. You're perpetually behind. Catching up, never arriving. Comparison becomes your invisible prison. Everyone else seems further, faster, more successful. Lunch is forgotten, eaten mechanically while answering messages. Stress accumulates like toxic sediment in cellular memory. By evening, you're a hollowed-out shell, numbing with streaming content, feeling both overstimulated and depleted. Sleep comes not as restoration, but as temporary surrender. Aligned timeline, quantum cooperation. You awaken into spaciousness. Body knows safety before mind confirms it. Breath moves through you like intelligent wind, recalibrating nervous system. Morning feels like collaboration, not combat. Synchronicities bloom spontaneously. Right message arrives exactly when needed. Unexpected connection emerges effortlessly. Work becomes creative flow, not forced productivity. Money moves like water, circulating, not hoarding. Time expands and contracts according to your inner rhythm. Challenges appear as invitations, not obstacles. Each interaction carries potential, each moment pregnant with possibility. Your presence itself becomes a transmission. People feel different around you, though they can't explain why. Energy isn't something you generate, but something you allow. By day's end, you're not exhausted but energized, not depleted but full. Gratitude isn't a practice but your natural state of being. Quantum revelation, same person, same 24 hours, different frequency, entirely different reality. And here's the profound truth. These two timelines aren't separate realities. They're simultaneous potentials waiting for your precise frequency to collapse them into form. What we've explored isn't just a concept. It's a living technology of consciousness. To support your quantum integration, we've crafted something intentional, the Quantum Timeline Activation Guide. This isn't another information packet. It's a frequency transmission designed to stabilize your nervous system's new operating code. Inside, you'll discover precise embodiment protocols, quantum breathwork sequences, and vibrational recalibration practices that transform theoretical understanding into lived experience. If this transmission resonated, if you felt something shift beneath the words, there are 3 ways to continue our journey together. First, type in the comments, "I choose my frequency." This isn't just a comment. It's an energetic signature declaring your quantum sovereignty. Next, subscribe to this channel, but not for content. Subscribe because we're collapsing timelines together, and every transmission is a precise nervous system recalibration. Hit that like button not for algorithms, but as an act of quantum declaration, a signal that says you're ready to live beyond conventional reality. The timeline you desire isn't approaching. It's surrounding you right now, waiting for your coherent invitation. And the version of you who's already living that reality, they're not in the future. They're here, broadcasting through you in this exact moment. Collapse is inevitable. The only question is, are you willing to be the conductor?